dissing Moreno Valley. This is about pretty much dissing any community, yours included, wherever you live. The reason I'm focusing on Moreno Valley is because that's a town I'm familiar with, and the examples I'm going to give are in reference to that town. Again, this can apply to any town. Could apply to your town, your state, wherever. Okay. We talk a lot about a sense of community. Does anybody even really understand what that is? Because from my observance here in Moreno Valley, nobody seems to understand. Um, I don't want to call out websites or names or anything, but there's a website page or whatever that's in reference to the Moreno Valley that somewhat promotes sense of community involvement, letting you know what's going on around town, what's not going around, all that. And you know what? This is a perfect example. There is no sense of community. All right. Most of it, and there's a reference site as well that calls it's a political reference, and it's all ranting and raving and bias on the left, bias on the right. Um, as far as sense of community, when I think of sense of community, I think of a lot of things. Has its own elected officials. Um, it is not uncommon in this town, and by not uncommon, I mean like every year, um, for a group to get together to attempt to recall, remove, impeach, whatever you want to call the elected city officials. Now, before I go on, these are elected officials. That means the majority of the voters in the city um, chose to put these people in office. Yet, almost immediately upon them entering office, they want them removed. That's no sense of community. What is it? Does the election count? If it doesn't work the way we want to, then we have to snivel and cry and all that. I know that's pretty much nationwide without getting into that. But you know what? These are the people that we elected and put into office. If we're not happy with that, then the answer is not to snivel and cry and say, I want to change everything. I want to change the rules. Oh, I changed my mind. No, we deal with it and then we move forward the next time the election rolls around and we elect somebody different. But again, this is not uncommon. I have seen this happen in Moreno Valley countless times. Oh, we recall this, but recall. Really? Okay. I get it. You're not happy. Then you know what? Campaign for the other guy harder next time. All right, but let's not circumvent the system because we didn't get our way and whine and cry like little babies. That's not a sense of community. All right, sense of community is when fellow citizens, countrymen, or whatever, band together for a common cause or a common good. And let's leave politics out of it for a moment. All right. Let me give you an example. This is what this town thinks is community, and I don't understand. Like any other town, there might be vacant lots or a vacant field that's unfortunately people have chose to use as a dumping ground, dump their sofas, dump their trash, or whatever else they're deciding to dump. Um, and that's not right. Okay, what this town's done, and I have been very vocal on this, has allowed a bunch of middle schoolers and high schoolers to clean up these empty lots. Okay, first of all, that's not a sense of community. That's laziness on the landowner's part. Okay, because these vacant lots are owned by real estate companies or persons that clearly have enough funding to clean this place up themselves. Now, did they do it? No, of course not. They didn't. But why are we getting free child labor out of middle schoolers and high schoolers and calling it the cleanup kids? You know what? If you want to use cleanup kids to clean up something, then find some elderly person's house, clean their yard for them. Or some disabled person who can't get out there and mow their lawn or pick up the trash that got blown in there. Do that for them. That's a sense of community. Not going in there and cleaning up some vacant lot or empty field that's owned by somebody who clearly has enough money to take care of that and is ignoring it. Again, is it their fault that the trash got dumped there? No. But you know what? It's their place. It's their yard. Let them clean it. Don't use child labor. All right? This isn't sense of community. This is child labor. It's almost abusive. Don't do this. No, that's not a sense of community. What are we teaching your kids? That we're going to clean up other people's messes? That's not what we teach our kids. We teach our kids to clean up their own messes. This is how we raise people with the wrong ideas and the wrong thoughts on what's right and what's wrong. This isn't right. All right? And while we're on it, here's something else. This is how we treat people. All right? On this very YouTube page, there's a post. I'm not sure what it's called, but you can find it. These are the community service workers, the ones who maybe got a traffic ticket, maybe a drunk driving, or someone got community service and had to clean up the streets of Moreno Valley. Okay, that's all well and good. You know what? That's part of their sentence and whatnot. But why, as in this video depicts, why are they out there doing this in 100-degree temperatures? That is cruel and inhuman punishment. All right, I get it. They need to do it, but you know what? No, they don't need to be out there raking in the blistering sun at 100 degrees, 105, 108. I forget how hot it got. It might even say on the post, but it was well over 100 degrees. And these guys, gals, various ages, various sexes, various sizes, and were out there raking up trash, picking up trash bags out there in the blistering heat. I didn't see anybody with water bottles. I didn't see anybody else. They may have been there. That's all well and good, but that was way beyond reasonable punishment to have somebody do that. You know what? Need to postpone it, do something else. That's not a sense of community. That's torture. Okay? Now, while we're on the sense of community, what is a sense of community? Sense of community, again, like I said, is helping others. Numerous times, and by numerous, I mean dozens. Dozens of times I have communicated to this community the needs of various families, various people who had that. How many times have I gotten any help from anybody in this town? Zero. That's right, zero. And there are links to some of the people that I've requested help for. People that have lost family members due to a death, people that have found themselves in other struggles. Maybe somebody just needs something simple like a bicycle to get to work because they lost their car. Nobody answers, nobody replies, and sometimes the replies are rude, like, I'll tell them to get a job. Well, you know what? These people are looking for jobs. I don't post things for people that are lazy and doing nothing and trying not to help themselves. I post stuff for families and people to get them help that are doing all the right things. They're good people. They aren't drug addicts. They aren't drunks. They aren't abusive parents. They aren't abusive children. They aren't shoplifters. These are just people trying to survive in a really tough world that just need a little helping hand, and they can't get it. And again, this particular website is supposed to be about a sense of community. It's not there. Not one single person donated anything. Not even, oh, I feel sorry for you. Or did they even share the link? Probably not. I don't see any evidence of them being shared or anything. Absolutely nothing happened. That's not a sense of community. Okay? Don't boast about a sense of community. Don't create web pages that are supposed to support the community and everything that's involved when basically it's a bunch of propaganda, a bunch of whining crybabies, or people promoting their own crap, all right? Or promoting their own candidates, all right? Sense of community is helping each other, okay? Go to your neighbor. If your neighbor can't rake the leaves out of their yard, then volunteer to help them. That's community, all right? If a community member is in need, okay, you don't have any money, you know what? Maybe you could share a meal with them. Maybe you could clean their yard. There's a sense of community. At least show some compassion. Or if you find the link, like the ones I'm going to post in the description of this for families who need help, share the links. You can't help, share the links. The website that I am involved with, parentnook.com and Parent Nook Forums, has pledged to donate all ad revenues for the next few months to this family. Is it much? No. What have I done? I have asked people to visit the sites. I'm not asking you to click on ads. That's a choice you have to make yourself. But just by visiting the sites can increase the possible ad revenue. Not only that, if you visit the sites and share the sites, other people will see, so that, because nobody in this community is helping these other people. They've the GoFundMe page in here, a mother slash grandmother recently passed away. Um, her Social Security was helping the family survive. The only working member of the household has a part time job. They are barely making ends meet. They're trying to figure out how to eat each day. Now, has anybody from the community came up and done anything? No. Has anybody donated anything from this community? No. Absolutely nothing. There are two fundraiser pages. One's a Facebook fundraiser, the other one's a GoFundMe page. I will attempt to post links to both, or at least one of them, in this description at some point in the future. All right? Nothing. Nobody's there. There's no sense of community. Don't give me this crap about a sense of community. Don't create pages that are supposed to promote a sense of community and supporting your town when it has nothing to do with that. You're all the people on these pages are hypocrites. They only want what they want for themselves. Nobody's helping anybody. I've seen tons of stuff. Most of it, what's happening? Oh, I see all the police are over here. What's happening? Oh, gee, that's real sense of community. Okay, maybe it's important, but what about the cries for help? And I'm not talking about just the cries for help that I put out there. I'm talking about cries for help from any of the community members. I don't see anybody responding. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's saying, oh, thank you for the $50 you sent. Oh, thank you for the $10 you sent. Oh, thank you for sharing this. Or, you know what? I feel sorry for you. I wish I could help, but I want to send my blessings to you. I want to say a prayer for you. None of that happens. Okay, there is no sense of community in Moreno Valley, and I doubt that there's a sense of community in your town as well. So let's call these hypocrites out for what they are. Don't boast about a sense of community when you have none. I've made an effort to do what I can for these people and families. Again, donating the ad revenue from Parent Nook. That's something right there. All right. Like I said, they were looking for, one family was looking for a bicycle so the one of the members could get to work on time. Nobody offered a bike. Nobody offered a bike at a low cost. The post was ignored. The GoFundMe page for the family that is basically starving to death because the loss of the mother whose Social Security was helping them get by, and all the medical bills are coming in. There was a final rest expense that came in. All that, they got no help. Nobody even showed any sympathy. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You don't have it. And all that was asked for was, if you couldn't do anything, share the link. Celebrities were approached. Now, that's not a sense of community, but celebrities were approached. They ignored it as well. So they're as hypocritical as the people in this town. Okay? Don't talk to me about a sense of community until you can show me that you have one yourself. Don't be a hypocrite. Get out there, support your community. Not just the families that I've been trying to help and promoting, but any. I don't see anything. Using children as child labor is basically illegal and abusive. That's not the sense of community. Okay, so let's get together. Let's show a real sense of community and try and back up our neighbors. Go, you know what? Your neighbor can't clean their yard, clean it for them. Your neighbor can't get to the grocery store, drive them. Okay, if you have an extra $5 and there's somebody who needs it, give it to them. All right, find a way to help you. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't whine and cry about everything you think is wrong with the town while you're not doing anything to improve it yourself. All right? Don't boast about a sense of community when you have none yourself. Support your fellows, support your neighbors, support your community. Don't be a hypocrite. Thank you.